So I'm trying to find one of these freaking carbs to use. I'm just going to go back to old school chokey wokey. Screw that damn primer crap. I still can't believe that thing didn't work and left me the way it left me. Man, I'm not kidding you. 3 hours of trying to figure out what happened. I think it just blew out, just an O-ring or something. I'm going to try and tear it apart. The guy I got it from seems to be pretty cool and fair. He sells tons of crap. And, you know, from the comments and stuff, you know, oh, I got a refund and you know, it's $10. Is it worth the aggravation? I don't know. So I had another carb similar to that one, an 80s carb, but it has old school choke on it, and it's in here somewhere. This one, if you look down in there, see that I guess it's nylon, that extra ring in there. What's up with that? So I looked up these numbers. Of course, they're not an actual part number, but anything with a number on it, they'll use it on eBay. It turns out to be late 70s, 25-35 carb. 25's taking the 49D, and the 35's taking the 59D. And the jet in this one is all screwed up. There was no way it was coming out. Somebody gave it a good beating before I had a chance. The thing that did it for me was the old school carb was, the thing was loud. Remember I was complaining? You know, loud and choppy, and when I put that newer type carb on, it just smoothed out. It just sounded like a different motor. And I'm like, man, this thing sounds sweet. And that day I did a couple of carbs on that first run 6 months back. I didn't get a chance to try that carb because I didn't have any kind of primer for it. Well, I looked through everything and I guess I was mistaken. I do have carbs like that carb, like this one here. But you see, there's no adjustable screw. It's all, the only thing you can adjust is where the butterfly sits, you know. This isn't adjustable, that's just a plug, and this is a plug up front. So that's what I was looking at. Same carb, and it'll use the choke. It's got threads, but it's not, I thought that had the damn, everyone that has the screw on it, the slow speed idle screw, like all these from my 60, they're 60 horse carbs, they all have the nipple for the primer. Then you can see, this would be cool as hell too. 60 horse divided by 3, 20, 20, 20. So there's a 20 horse carb right there, baby. But it's basically the same thing I got on there. So not gonna work. So I guess, where's it at? I guess this is it right here. This has the 49D in it. Now that motor takes the 68D, or no, excuse me, the 68 straight, old school jet, high-speed jet. Then they upgraded it to the 67D. So I don't have a 67D, but I do have a 68 jet in one of these freaking cars. So, but this is one that I had tested on there. Let's slap it on and see what happens. So look at this thing. There's fuel in it. I put a red Loctite on there. I hope I will get it off. I didn't want to do it, but I have the primer pump. You know, it'd be just my luck I put that thing on there. The last time I tested it, it worked. Let's put it that way. But it'd be my luck I put it on there. and it don't work. $100 frickin' pump. I don't know. I'll give that a thought for a few here. Either way, I got to get this thing out. All right, so here's the OMC Primer Pump. Give it a quick test here. Oh, yeah, baby. That's how it's supposed to work. Yeah, I think that'll probably fit. This is the original that was on there, and this is what I found in the shed. A little bit tight. Let's see if I can squeeze this on here. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, baby. Perfecto. Use a zippy tie, okay. I really need to clean this. This should probably clean up a little bit better. Get all this fuzzy stuff off. But what will take it off? I'll try a little brake clean or something. I don't want to get brake clean inside of it though. Yeah, I think I'll hold off on putting the fuel line on there right now until I get it clean. It's been a long week for this old man. I think we're going to be good though. Thank you, outboard gods. Now I always take these zip ties and grab them right there. You twist them tight. And it brings up as many little notches as you can. And it's tight, man. You can't even twist it on there. Look at this. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. I tried that spray. It was just like a carb cleaner type stuff. And it just seemed to make it worse. All that patina, dried up fuel. It's been on there for God knows how long. So I had a can of PB sitting there. I even used a wire brush on it and everything. And I sprayed a little on this rag, started wiping her down. It freaking looks great. Wow, I wonder if it'll last. I can't believe that. Wow. Put it in the toolbox to see what it looks like tomorrow. I can't wait to get this thing done. Oh, yeah. All right, so this thing, I tore it apart. And even though it's got like a 5/8 wrench fits on the end here, there's no threads. You still had to get a wrench on there and twist this thing off. It's got the red Loctite on it. I put more on it. Tore it apart. And when I did, everything just fell out. Put a picture up here. In the cap here that fits in, there's a little spring, a little ball bearing, and the valve. It's a rubber black valve. You see it in the picture there, and it pushes in. Oh, my neighbor is yelling at his dog. It pushes in and like plugs into the cap. So when you're pumping it, it works. You know, put your tongue on this one, it's pulling. Put your tongue on this one, it's pushing. But when I put liquid through it, everything would fall out again. So I'm like, what the heck is going on? So I opened it up again. I said, well, maybe I got the little ball in the wrong place. Put it at the other end of the spring. Wrong. Put it back up there. The little ball goes open and closed with the pressure. But the black valve keeps popping out. So I'm like, well, it needs another spring to hold that valve in place. And when I took it apart, there was nothing there. I took the flashlight. I don't see no spring. I mean, I looked under everything. You know, everything was out, and it just fell right out in front of me. I said, well, something weird going on. So I went through all my crap. Let me find a spring for this thing. And it has to be a spring that's big at the bottom and it tapers up to smaller. So I found a spring and I twisted it and bent it so it fit in there. There's a ridge in there where the spring sits on. And it goes up against the valve and holds that in place so it can't be pulled out. So now, well, at first it was a little too tight. It was hard to pump. So I pulled it apart again, pulled the spring out, twisted it up, made it a little shorter, relieved some of the pressure. So now it seems to be working again. Now see what I'm not getting. Pump up this primer, fill the carb, and nothing's going into this. Let's open it and hit it with the primer, see if that does anything. How can that be? How can that be not going in there? Oh, there it comes, look. I'm not even pumping it, there's just a little spot here. Here it's coming. Why is it so dark? Why does my oil, my fuel look so dark? What the heck is that? What, is it coming out of this thing? Something black now? I bet you that's what's going on. Oh man, it's leaking. That's a pretty good shot. Man, I bet, look at this thing's leaking. The O-ring on this end that you can't get out. You can't get this handle off. There's no way to get that piece out. I'm telling you, if that's coming out of my tank like that, I'm suing that damn gas station. There's only one way to find out. Yep, there it is. It's blue. Ah, that scared me. All right, so let's get this baby in there. Ooh, look how nice that came out. But what are those little clips? Oh, that's right. Those clips hold on here. So when you push this in, the handle's closed. Because if that thing stays open, it's going to suck fuel. Son of a gun. If I had that piece, I could glue it back on. One of my super glue tricks. Super glue, cigarette ashes, super glue, baking soda. That should work about right there. All right. I guess it's just not, just can't feel it that much, but it's in there. Nothing left to do but test it out. Here's the swap on the roller. Oops, upside down, baby. All right, that should have been 3, I hope. all I did was went over there and turned the water on, and it started revving up like that. I don't think it had anything to do with the water. What the heck is going on? And what's missing on here, why this thing is coming apart, there should be a snap ring that goes in here and locks this thing. And it could use a couple of new O-rings. A couple of loose ones in there. But that's the problem. There's no snap ring on it. Part of the problem. Then the other problem is when you push this in, see how it locks? And that it prevents it from sucking any freaking fuel. Well, when you put this on, tighten her up on the motor, this ain't gonna reach, it doesn't reach anything. See what I'm saying? So when it snaps in, pull it out, get a squirt, push it in, pull it back out, get another squirt, pull it back out, get another squirt, and lock it in. Like that. Now you see, there's where the end of this goes. And then this piece needs to go on like that and lock on the little tabs that are supposed to be there. There's only one and it's not doing anything. But you see how far this piece comes out? The holes are all lined up. This piece can't go in here any farther. So this is the one I got, this little skinny green one. Now you see the difference. If I can get it on there. Let's see if it goes through. Yeah, it does. And it's a nice snug fit. That's the other reason this thing is leaking, because I kept turning this like this. And I'm like, I thought this thing up here was supposed to lock on. But no, that wasn't doing anything. So without that frickin' circle clamp type lock, it may even be a wire type. Been a long time since I've seen one of these. Without that, it's gonna leak.